How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another DanDaDan episode review. It's episode 7 entitled A Kinder World. And please show me a little bit of kindness here. I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell that's right there, or right there if you're watching in widescreen. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is below. Go ahead and share the video to everybody so they can see that we're having great discussions about great anime. By the time this has come out, it should be 2 weeks until season 2 comes out. I'm more than likely not going to be reviewing it actively while it's going on because I'm still behind. Real life has been real lifing. Pardon me. 2, well, 1, it sucks to be adult. 2, I got to catch up with some other stuff. I need to finish Rurouni Kenshin. There's no way I wasn't going to continue with that. And 3, 3. I don't have a 3. I only have 2, and rule of 3 kind of makes me say 3 things. But what happened last time? I'm trying to scroll to get to my notes. I'm sorry, y'all. What happened last time? And this episode here, these because I got 3 coming at you. You're gonna get 3 reviews from me back to back of DanDaDan. So just sit tight. I got some good stuff to talk about. This here, I'm just gonna spoil this to the get to the end real quick. I think this is, as of right now, best episode of the series because it showcases. Someone might downvote this, and you know what? I pride myself on at least being honest with you, telling you my honest feelings, what I see, what I think, what I feel, what facts are. I'm gonna be straight up. What was it? Was it Crunchyroll? Was it the Anime Awards? Right? They always do it for the previous year. That's kind of how these things go. Like the Game Awards. Game Awards go for the entire year, even if like somehow the Game Awards is in January, it's for the year before. Same thing with the stupid Oscars and those, that type of stuff. They said they gave it to Solo Leveling, which it shouldn't have counted because season 2, haven't gotten to season 2 yet. Season 2, for as internet breaking as it's been, you're not basing on season 2. It's supposed to be based on season 1. And this show here, I'm sorry, DanDaDan is the better show. Just my personal opinion, based on not even based on art, although based on art, based on not genre, but theming, what takes place. Maybe I'll do a separate side video on that, which will be all too late, but I'll do a separate side video on that. But what happened last time? Well, Acrobatic Silky, she wants to be Aria's mom ate Ken, beat the hell out of Momo. Momo got her to, throw them all up after lighting her hair on fire. And now we are at the follow-up battle. And here we get Acrobatic Silky's backstory. One of the things I like about this show here is we're not doing backstories for every last enemy that they face. Like the aliens they face, we don't give a shit about that, right? But for some reason, the yokai seem to be a little bit more personal, like Turbo Luffy over here. We got a little bit of what she was doing and a little bit of what happened with the crab yokai or the location-based spirit. For the aliens, you don't get too much of that. I'm starting to notice that. I wonder if it's going to follow up like that in the last 3 episodes. But, the intro for this, we got shaky cam. It's black and white. It's rain. It's very melancholy. And I like how it goes from the vision of whoever that person was to Acrobatic Silky still reaching out, which it's very obvious. I'm not taking away any points because it's obvious that they were trying to say, hey, this character has a tragic backstory. You might learn a thing or two. Okay. we actually see all of her backstory because Momo links her aura with Aira's aura. And why does she do that? Well, let's back up a little bit. So they're running from Acro Silky. Momo's hands are still tied. Okarun can't really Okarun because of this, like a warehouse. He can't go in a straight line. Remember, he has hard times going around a curve. So, moving in an area that's like a Pac-Man maze is going to be hard as hell for him. And she gives them like a lot of insults. Like, she taunts the hell out of them. I'm trying to think. No, actually, Momo does call her, what does she call it? I think she called it a granny perm because her hair got fried up. She's moving above the rafters. I mean, the show isn't scary, but it's really creepy, right? I think if this was done into live action, which if you somewhere in the future, 10, 20 years, 15 years from now, they do a DanDaDan live action, please, for the love of God, just make it as many episodes as this, and just take your time, because you could actually make the creepy parts really, really creepy. She slams the shit out of Momo. She calls, what does she call? I think she calls Ken a wiener boy. And I'm thinking to myself, well, she wants Aria back, and she's going like ham on it. And I'm thinking to myself, didn't you eat her though? And she literally says after this, let me masticate you. Now, for those of you who don't really know what mastication is, I meant to pull this up before. I will give you the literal definition of mastication. And then, so the literal definition is to chew. Literally, that's what you do with food, by the way. That's what you do. You eat. When you eat, you're masticating. It goes from not just chewing, it goes from chewing, also the swallowing part. All that is part of the mastication process. So you already did that. Sort of. You didn't chew her up, but she wants, her blood to be inside of her so they can always be one. I actually have I have some I do have some screenshots for you all, which like when she talks about the mastication process, I'm sorry if that's too bright. Look at them damn teeth. Like, look at the damn teeth. Acrobatics and snare everything. So how they end up kind of evading her is Momo has proven time and time again to be a brilliant tactician in these fights. Her chasing them, her hair, which has been singed, has gripped everything all along the rafters and all of that. So at this point where Momo's up top, there we go. She can't reach for Okarun, who has Aira with him. As a matter of fact, this is showing us right here. That is insane. I'm sorry, the art for that and just the visual of that massive mouth and all the hairs and everything. Sheesh. Pardon me. It comes at this point, and I usually don't like doing play-by-plays, but this is some good shit here. It comes to the point where she tells Ken, send her flying. He's like, I don't know how I did that before. I was just, when we fought the alien thing, and I was just the sumo guy, and I was just running straight forward. I was just trying to save you. That just came out of nowhere. And so while they're arguing, she is literally ripping her hair. Sound effects on point for this. And of course I had to don't mind the switch there. I got some, he did send her flying. He did. That is some good stuff there. One day I promise to be able to just have an image here and it won't be blurry. Looks good though. Like, her teeth are all broken and shattered and stuff. Matter of fact, really, really, really good. kicked her, headbutts her. So once he does that, that purple tint, that tint that you get with, I guess, not just with aliens inside of their little zone, but with the yokai, all that goes away. They're sitting here. Oops. Had to go for it. Got my notes here. So we got the ball. We got the golden ball. And Turbo Granny tells him, yeah, that girl's dead. See, people without psychic powers or part of her powers, I just think if you don't have any type of special ability about you, you get eaten by a yokai, you're just gonna die. I guess even, I put in my notes, I guess even when you get spit up, right, it doesn't make a difference. By the way, they did free Momo's hands. But as they're checking her heart rate and pulse, it's done. They're trying to do CPR. Momo's going to use her psychic powers to grip her hand and try to resuscitate her. And Turbo Granny's like, there's really no point in doing that, because if she's dead, the heart's just a chunk of flesh. I love that even though this girl has zip tied her, put a lighter cross against her, thinks she's a demon, is actively antagonistic towards her, she is trying to save her life. Momo may be a gal, but she is a gal with a heart of gold, kind of like Ken's balls. So got a picture of that too. I got a photo of Turbo Granny being a bit of a butt, an a-hole, if you will. Oh, I have to figure out why my situation always seems to not allow me to show you the photos fast enough. Right. So I took these photos for a couple reasons here. Just to show how nonchalant she is about someone dying, not really giving a shit. Secondly, Momo tells her, if you're not going to do anything, call the ambulance or get out the way. Where the hell did she get the phone from? One, like, she still has Moku's phone. It just pulls it out of an infinity pocket. Remember, this used to be like a good luck doll, like two episodes ago, or an episode and a half ago. Yeah. Also, what I like, and you can't see there, you cannot see it because of this photo, she pulls out the phone, and when the screen comes on, because it's so close, her eyes squint. I am a nerd when it comes to details. I love details like that. And so, matter of fact, I don't think I actually need my notes for this. I just need to have the images for you. So we get to a point where Acrobatic Silky gets up. She's all messed up. She has no hair. Matter of fact, she's, my little Aira. She's actually upset with herself, because she's like, I lost myself. I was overcame by my emotion, and I end up hurting you. Connect my aura to hers to jumpstart her. And she likens that to like a motor, a car battery. And Momo's like, I don't believe you. Like, Okarun, get ready to, send her ass flying. Turbo Granny goes, yeah, no, she's telling the truth. And she's like, well, how do I know you just don't want to eat her again? The animation quality on this is way too good, because she literally rips her, I don't know how she's talking, but she literally rips her freaking mouth, just gone, just off. All right then. Okay then, she's very serious. And so, since Momo can see the small aura from Aira, which is, I guess, around the heart area, she sees that it's dimming, it's going out. We see the purple, because Aira's is like pinkish. Hers is purpley, which is interesting, because that zone was like purpley pinkish, like a fuchsia, if you will, for those of you who know your color palettes and stuff like that, right? Animation, by the way, for when Ken transforms to just be ready if she tries anything, very, very fluid. I'm telling you, if you want to compare this to like many other modern day, I guess, does this count as shonen? This shonen romance, sci-fi, supernatural anime. It's really good animation here. So the dim pink light, the dark purple connects, and this is where we get to see the backstory. So whoever Acro Silky was in a former life, just make sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through several things that we see in addition to giving photos. Give me a second here, because I want to be able to pull these up fast, because I dislike my methods right now, but it's okay. So this is a woman who has a single mother of a daughter. I think she used to be a ballerina, because when we open up, she's in a bed. Obviously, sex has just been had. The guy's taking a shower, and it's 3,000 yen. I think it's not 300 yen. I think it's 3,000 yen. There's yen on the nightstand. She takes it, goes out into the night, sees the same dress that she is wearing as Acrobatic Silky, and it's the same size for her daughter. And the reason why I say that I believe that she was a a ballerina is because in these moments where we see her spending time with this little girl, don't get her name either, she's doing stuff like that. I think I went backwards. We see them eating, right? We see them doing things like measuring her height, buying her the dress. I believe maybe a year goes by. Birthday. That's the part that I didn't want to skip too far too. So we see all of this good stuff. And she had spent, I think she spent 3,000 of that yen to get her that dress. I need to make sure, I want to double check, make sure it was 3,000 yen. 3,000 yen. She spent part of that money to get her that dress. So she wants to at least do something good for her daughter. Just once. Her words, not mine. The next time we see her, she's bleeding because she's getting the shit beat out of her by, I'm going to assume, Yakuza. She's like, you think we wouldn't notice the money, blah, blah. They still took the money. And she got cut on some glass and it's bleeding pretty bad. They take her daughter and she passes out a little bit, wakes up, chases them out in the rain, doesn't make it to the car quick enough. In my opinion, it was a highly emotional scene. Really got to me, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. And we get this extended ballerina dance sequence, which it doesn't come out of nowhere. It is, I believe this is like the transition of her, from her dying on the street and becoming a spirit. And it is the music is fantastic. The animation is amazing. The the effects are great. Like, you see the sea of stars that are reflected in the water, her dancing. I had to rewind this a couple times because that whole thing here with the daughter made me cry. Like that. Very, she says, "Mommy, thank you for all that you do." That was the last picture that he was saying. She became a wandering spirit. She couldn't remember what she lost, but then a very young Aira had somehow managed to grab her hand and see her. Now, perhaps Aira had always had some type of latent psychic abilities. They do say that pets and children, starting from babies all the way up to toddlers, are able to see the unseen. I'm a bit of an occult fan myself, just a little bit. And and her father, Aria's father, goes, "Oh, well," she says, "Mommy's over there," and he's like, "Mommy's not there. She's gone." She's like, "Well, when will Mommy come back?" This the portrayal of a child reacting to a parent's death because she doesn't understand the concept of death. Her mom is gone. What truly broke me was her reaching out when they were closing her beyond the mausoleum. That's what got me, y'all. I don't care who you are. You've experienced this at least once in your life. Maybe a grandparent, maybe, a friend, a class, schoolmate, stuff like that. That touch of realism in this otherwise made up fake world. All of this was great. And when we come back, Momo's in tears. Same way you should be, same way I was, just in tears. And Ken he's a good man, Savannah. He a good man, because he was ready to attack her. He's like, what are you doing to Momo-chan? And she's like, nope, leave her be. For so long, as a wandering spirit, she's wondering, where is my child? We still don't get her name, period. Doesn't remember her face. Doesn't remember anything about her. And again, Acrobatic Silky apologizes to Aria, saying, she swore to protect her, but now she's falling apart, and she couldn't control her own emotions. And Turbo Granny's going, yeah, without her aura, she's gonna die. And what happens with yokai when they die? Well, since she's leaving regrets behind, she's not gonna be able to rest in peace, and she's gonna go into the void, and no one's gonna remember her. Turbo Granny talking hella shit, by the way. Just kind of goes to show this character. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be the mean old woman, but goes to show her character a bit, because she's saying, I'm sure her life was worthless anyway. Someone like her isn't losing much when she's out of existence, and Momo wants to help her rest in peace, which is it's insane that she says that after we just saw the backstory. And people love Turbo Granny, but if I was just watching this like week to week, I would be like, Turbo Granny, just pick the middle finger to Turbo Granny. She wishes that she could have bought things for her daughter, more lovely clothing, things for her to play with, and thinks that if she was born to somebody else, she would have been much more fortunate. So she's having all these regrets. She's disintegrating. And Aira, whatever. She's already awake. And I think, this is not 100% confirmed, but I think she was able to see those memories as well, because she calls her Okasan, which is mommy, and I almost spoiled it there, but hugs her form as she's disintegrating away. This massive being whose legs are cut out from beneath her. And, they're both crying, saying that I love yous. And she says, I was the happiest person in the world. So please. And we get this little, I don't know if it's a poem. I don't know if this is a poem, right? But she says, I was the happiest. She says, thank you. I love you. I was the happiest person in the universe. Please, so that nobody hurts them, take them to a more fortunate, kinder world. I don't know if that was Aira talking to, like, I guess God or the universe or the gods, just saying a prayer, but that's where this ends. And it's almost whiplash, because that, you all know how that ending thing comes in fast and hard, pause, and just super fast in there. It doesn't give you a minute to digest it. Whew. By far, and I had a bunch of notes. Oops, I guess I didn't need all my notes because I remembered this. Yeah, this is a 5 out of 5. This has to be like, I'm trying to remember the episode before this. That was good. The one before that, when they fought on the train, that was excellent. That was fantastic. This, with emotion and the action and the animation and all that stuff, this probably is the best episode. This is episode 7. It's really, really good. It's good stuff. 5 out of 5. Next episode 8, we got, we hear Turbo and Momo talking about getting the ball. Episode 8 is I've got this funny feeling. So much emotion, so much great animation, just the music, the voice acting, everything. It's just, couldn't have asked for anything better, personally. But let me know, what did you think when you got to this episode? I was wondering when I first saw this, is this gonna like change Aira? Is this going to change her character? Or is this character still going to kind of double down and still be whatever character she was before? You'll find out when you get to my next review. But yeah, this is fantastic. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, if you think that I'm out of my mind and that I'm just wrong, that this first season of DanDaDan is better than Solo Leveling, let me know. Leave a comment down there. Look, guys, we can, even though you all can't see the thumbs down, I can see the thumbs down. I can see everything. I can see it all. Leave a comment. I like good discourse. I like a good, back and forth. Let me know. I love to hear your opinions. Please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and help a brother out. The Patreon link is in the description below. Please be good, be blessed. Drink some water. I'm about to get some myself. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. We have way too many of those. And you shouldn't be a jerk to yourself, especially. Look, if you're feeling down and out, feeling lonely, you got some things going on, just like some of the things that are going on in this episode here. Reach out to someone. All right? Talk to someone. There are people out there that rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I promise you that. All right? Do it. Want to talk to me? My social medias are going to be right down there as well. Give me a follow, say hello, but be mellow and we'll be good to go. All right. Until next time, which should actually be tomorrow, I'm gonna see y'all later. Wow, insane.